Hey there, everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice. I hope everybody's doing well, and we are continuing our Seaver experiment. This is where I play a system, a different game system, tabletop baseball game system. I played Strat, I played APA, now I'm playing Payoff Pitch, and I'm doing one pitcher, the 1983 season for Seaver, and then I'm going to compare and contrast the stats when I'm done. So this is so far we're halfway through the season. This is start 16. We are facing off against the St. Louis Cardinals at Shea Stadium in New York. So this is bound to be an exciting game. It's going to be Tommy Herr leading off at second base. Batting second is Kenny Oberkfell, the third baseman. Andy Van Slyke, the left fielder. George Hendrick, the first baseman, batting cleanup. Batting fifth is Darrell Porter, the catcher. Batting sixth is Willie McGee, the center fielder. Batting seventh is David Green, the right fielder. Batting eighth is Ozzie Smith, shortstop. Batting ninth is Bob Forsch. Bob Forsch was 10-12 with a 4.28 ERA. For the Mets, it's going to be at third base leading off is Bob Baylor. Batting second in center field is Danny Heap. Batting third is Keith Hernandez, a new arrival from St. Louis. He's at first base, batting third. Batting cleanup is George Foster, the left fielder. Darryl Strawberry, the rookie, batting fifth in right field. Batting sixth is Junior Ortiz, the catcher. Batting seventh is Brian Giles, the second baseman. Eighth is Jose Oquendo, shortstop, and finally it's Tom Terrific. Here goes. We're using fast action cards. Read the top left. That's a 9. That's going to be a patient. So we go to the batter and we look at the patient, the yellow section at 55, and that is ball 4. So Tommy Herr walks. He's on at first. And I have a feeling he's a threat to steal like most. No, not really. Steals on a 3, but I doubt we're going to pull a 3. Tom Seaver to Oberkfell. That's a 5. That's in play 92. And that is going to say fly ball right field. Right fielder for the Mets is Darryl Strawberry. Sails under it. Makes the catch. Here's Andy Van Slyke. He's a lefty. That's a 7. That's a tough pitch by Seaver. That's a swing and a miss. And Van Slyke strikes out, chasing a Seaver fastball. Here's George Hendrick. Oh, George Hendrick is right there. Here's a pitch. Oh, a 4. I think it was a 3 to steal. So a 4 is going to be a tough, a 0-9. That's a swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks to end the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left. The walk. And it's going to be Bob Baylor against Bob Forsch. That's an 11. 11 is in play. 11 is 60. And that is going to be a fly to right. Bob Baylor's playing third base tonight, usually a place where you find Huey Brooks. That's a 6. That's a patient 80. That's a fly to center, 2 out, 2 up, 2 down. And here's Keith Hernandez. Keith Hernandez with a 9. That's going to be tough. A tough 97. And that's a fly to right. 3 up, 3 down, 3 flyouts. And it's going to be Darrell Porter leading it off in the top of the second. That's a 6. That's going to be in play 63. It's a fly to left. Over is George Foster. Makes the catch. Here's Willie McGee. That's an 8. That's a tough 25. That's a swing and a miss. That's a third strikeout for Tom Terrific. And it's David Green with a 3. That's a patient 98. And that's a drive in the gap. Left fielder George Foster after it. Will he track it down? Yes, he does. Makes a fine running catch, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits. All right, George Foster leading it off after that catch. That's an 8. That's an in play 26. That's going to be a ball blooped into right field, and it drops in for a base hit in front of, who's that out there? David Green. So Foster's on at first, not a threat to steal. Here's Darryl. Oh, wait a second. Yep, Darryl Strawberry's up. That's a 10. That's in play 49. And that is a ground ball to first base. It will not be a double play. It's going to be a 3-6 fielder's choice. First baseman goes to second for 1. Back to first. Not in time. Strawberry hustling down the line. Beats it out. He's on at first. He's a threat to steal. Strawberry had, I think, 26 stolen bases. Let's see what that looks like. He's a 4B. And we get an 8, Bob Forsch with an 8, which is in play 90. And that's chopped to second. Oh, this may turn into a double play. An 8 will not. It's a 6-4 fielder's choice. Low ground ball to Oquendo, who flips to Tom. Oh, not Oquendo. Ozzie Smith, who flips to Tommy Herr. for out number 2. And now it's Brian Giles. Pitch from Bobby Forsch. That's an 11 in play. In play 18 and in play 18. And that's going to be a line drive into left field. And that's going to send Junior Ortiz to third base, first and third, with 2 outs. Jose Oquendo now. Pitch from Forsch. That's 5. That's ballpark. Ballpark 62. Righty goes up to 45. He's a switch hitter. He's batting left. He goes up to 60. So it's going to be in play. In play 88. And that's going to be a ground ball second. And the second baseman, Tommy Herr, flips to Smith for the fielder's choice. That's a couple of hits, no runs, a couple of hits for the Mets. They lead 2. We go to top of the third. Tom Seaver versus Ozzie Smith. That's an 11. It's tough. Tough 0-4 is a strikeout. Seaver gets him. Bob Forsch, the pitcher, 3. It's patient. Patient 0-9, and that is ball 4. So Forsch walks. The second walk allowed by Seaver. Seaver allowed 3.5 walks per game. He's still under that here. Here's Tommy Herr, and we're going to try hit and run with Tommy Herr. That's a 9. That's patient. Oh, a patient 80. And where are my charts? Patient 80, hit and run. Is going to be ground ball to short, runners advance. That's really ultimately what you want to do with a hit and run. Just get the runner to advance. If you do that, you've succeeded. All right, here's a pitch from Seaver. Seaver checks the sign with Junior Ortiz. Kenny Oberkfell, he's a left-handed hitter. Here's a pitch. That's an 8. That's a tough pitch. Oberkfell can't do anything with it. No, wait a second. That's a tough. Oberkfell fights it off and hits a line drive into center field. And that is going to score. No, that's one base unless there's 2 out. Bob Forsch. Let's see what he is. Bob Forsch is a 4, so he's going to hold up at third base. First and third now. They held up Bob Forsch. And here comes Andy Van Slyke. Pitch from Seaver. That's a 3. A patient 36. And that is a base on balls, loading the bases. That is the third walk by Seaver in this game. And here's George Hendrick. So Seaver's got to bear down. He's got the bases loaded with 2 outs on top of the third, no score. Here's a pitch from Seaver. That's a 6. That's going to be in play 47. And that, it just misses. It went up to 46. So 47 is popped up, middle of the infield. Second baseman Giles, he's there, calls for it, and that retires the side. No runs. 1 hit, 3 left. And we go bottom of the third. Bob Forsch against Tom Terrific. That's a 5. Ballpark 20. For a righty, that's going to be Wheelhouse. Wheelhouse is 0-1. That's going to be driven down the line. And that's going to rattle around out there. And Seaver's going to try for 3. Here's a relay. Not in time. Leadoff triple for Tom Terrific. That is crazy. He had a couple of triples. Here's Bob Baylor. Infield will be, with the runner on third, I'm going to put him automatic infield in. That's a 6. That's a patient 46. And that is, off the bat of Baylor, a little line drive in the center field. Drops in there and scores Seaver. So it's 1-0 Mets, just like that. So he drives in number 9. And Baylor is a threat to steal. He had 18 stolen bases. He's a 4B. Remember that. That's a 9. And it's a tough pitch. And a 68. And a G6. 9 will not be. It's a 6-4 fielder's choice. Danny Heap. 3D. Here's Keith Hernandez with an 11. That's in play 79. And that's flat out to center. On the run is the center fielder, Willie McGee. Will he get to it? Yes, he does. He chases it down. Oh, wait a second. That's 2 outs. 2 outs. So you got 1 more to go here. Here's George Foster. Here's a pitch. That's a 5. Ballpark 10. That's against a righty. That's a 1-56. Oh, and it's a 57. And that's going to be off the top of the wall. Scoring is Danny Heat with a double. 57, just missed it. And that's number 2. 2-0 Mets. And now it's Darryl Strawberry. Here's the pitch. It's a 3 defense. Defense 0-5. That's a guaranteed ranger error. It's going to be a range. What kind of a ball that the center fielder does not get to? A ball that that Willie McGee misplays. And it's going to be a single, but runners advance 2 bases, and that will score Foster. RBI single for Darryl Strawberry. Darryl Strawberry to throw to steal. He's 4B. Here's Forsh. It's a 7. 7 is a tough 0-6. Strike 3, and he blows a fastball by Junior Ortiz for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Mets pick up 3 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, 2 of which were extra base hits. They lead it 3-0 going to the top of the 4th. It is time to shuffle. Hey there, Philip Reynolds in the house. Okay, his record so far. Well, you know what? After this month, I was going to do that. But his record so far, for example, this month, his record is, let's see, 2-0 this month. Let me see if I have anything else. Let me see if this is May. In May, he was 2-1. And then let's see if I can find April. I think April's on top. So what do we got so far? 2-0, 2-1. April was on top. Let's see, it's May. In April, he was, yeah, 4 starts in April. I don't know what I do with those stats. They're here somewhere. Here are the pages. I may have put that in the first one in May. Sometimes I do that. The first game in May. Let's see if I put it in the front or in the back. No. Second game in May. No. It's a little bit annoying. I know I have it somewhere. Just can't track it down. I'm terrific. Here it is. It was on the second page in May. And he was 1-2. So he's so what did he say? What did we say he was? He was 3-1. So then he's going to be 3-1. He's going to be 4-3. So I got to put all that together. I'll do it after this month. And then after that, well, now I have already something accumulated. So then I will continue to do that. So Bob Forsh faces the Mets. Seaver. Okay, so what we're doing right here is I am shuffling quickly the deck. It's a nice day outside. I should be playing outside, but just got lazy. Got a little lazy. And I got a more comfortable chair indoors. My chair outdoors is not very comfortable. All right. So that's the answer to your question. I'll take a quick drink. We're in the top of the 4th inning. And it's 3-0 Metropolitans. Seaver's record in actuality was 9-14. He's doing pretty good for us. And that's going to be an 8. So that's a tough pitch. A 99 is a fly to right. 1 up and 1 down for Tom Terrific. That was Darryl Porter. He retired. Here comes Willie McGee, the switch hitter. Bats from the left side. It's a 5. It's in play. And playing the 10. And I'll tell you what that is. That is going to be a soft blooper into right field. Drops in. So Willie McGee, he's a threat steal. He's a 5B. Let's see what we roll. 3. There goes McGee. The throw down from Ortiz, and he is safe. Almost guaranteed to be safe. Now I'm going to just double check that. Ortiz is what? Ortiz is a 3. But if this guy is he's a B. Oh yeah, he's safe. I don't even have to look. So throw not in time. So Ortiz steals second. McGee. David Green is up. David Green versus righty. He's batted .281. Here's a pitch from Tom Terrific. That's a 12. That's in play. In play 38. And that is, my friends, is a Short blooper into soft blooper into left field, and it drops in front of the left fielder, George Foster. That's going to score McGee. McGee read it well off the bat. David Green is on base with an RBI single, and he's a 6C. He had 34 stolen bases. Holy smokes. 6C. Let's see. Here's a pitch from Seaver. That's a 7. So no stolen bases, no go, no jump. That's a tough 38. And that is a pop-up, middle of the infield. On the outfield grass. Right behind second base, it's the shortstop. Okendo grabs it. And here's the pitcher with 2 outs. Bob Forsch, that's 10. Ballpark 90, that's in play. In play 43. And that is a comebacker to Seaver. Fields his position, throws out Forsch. 1 run on 2 hits. It's a 3-1 ball game. Bottom of the 4th. Who are we gonna see here? We're gonna see Brian Giles, second baseman, Jose Okendo, the shortstop, and Tom Terrific. Terrific tripled. That's a 9. That's a tough 17. That's a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 for Forsch. Here's Forsch versus Okendo. That's a 7. That's a tough 92. That's a fly right. And now it's Tom Seaver with his Forsch with 2 outs. It's a 7. That's tough. A tough 69. That's a swing and a miss. Third strikeout for Forsch. 3 up, 3 down. We go to top of the 5th. Tommy Herr. Here's a pitch from Seaver. That's a tough pitch, a tough 43. And that is a pop-up infield. Behind third base, shortstop, calling for it. Makes the catch. Overfell. Pitch from Seaver. That's an 11. That's, again, a tough pitch, a tough 18. And that is a base hit. So a little line drive to left field. Falls in front of Foster. So you have Overfelt with his second hit. He's 2 for 3. Here's Andy Van Slyke. That's a 7. 7 is a tough 0-2. A swing and a miss. Seaver blows a fastball. The high heat past Van Slyke, who's struck out twice against Seaver. And that is going to be Seaver's 3rd, 4th, and 5th strikeout today. But he's also walked a couple. He's walked 1 there. He's walked 2. He's walked 3. 3 walks. All right, here's George Hendrick. He's got some power. That's a 10. That's ballpark. That's going to be trouble. It's a righty. It's a 51. Nope, not going to be. It's in play. 16. That's going to be a little soft line that drops in front of left fielder. And with 2 outs, Overfelt, I believe he's a 6. He will make it to 3rd. No, he does not. He's going to be held at second base. Doesn't have the legs for that sort of thing, according to Payoff pitch. And here's a pitch from Seaver. That's a 9. 9 is a patient 83. And it goes up pretty high. It goes all the way up to 87, but this is lifted to center. On the run is Danny Heap. Will he get there? And he does, to retire the side. No runs, 2 hits. And here's Bob Bailey leading it off against Bob Forsch. That's a 4. Forsch is going to get tired in the 7th. So we're going to have, this is, he's going to go a couple more innings. So that's a 4. That's a tough 14, and that is a strikeout. You got a 7. That's a tough 60, and that is a fly out left. Who's the left fielder? Andy Van Slyke, and he runs it down. Bob Forsch with a 5. That's ballpark. Ballpark 78. It's a lefty. Goes up to 60. It's going to be an 81 in play. 81. And that's a drive in the gap. After it is Willie McGee lays out and, makes a fine catch in center field. Right center field, robbing Keith Hernandez of at least a double. No runs, no hits. Top of the 6th. Willie McGee is up. Here's a pitch from Tom Terrific. That's a tough pitch, tough 88. That's chopped to second. Waiting back is Giles. Now charges, fires to second. Just gets him. That's an 11. 11 is a tough. That's a swing and a miss by David Green. He strikes out. That is Seaver's number 6 strikeout of the game. Top of the 6th, 3-1 Mets. Here's Ozzie Smith. That's a 3. That's a patient 09. That's ball 4. Seaver didn't like it. Bob Forsch. That's a 9, a patient 80. And it's a fly out to center. Center fielder Danny Heap. Squeeze it for the out. And we go to bottom of the 7th. No, bottom of the 6th, excuse me. Bottom of the 7th we get, or top of the 7th, we get a shuffle. Here's George Foster. Foster is a singled and doubled. Single in the second, doubled in the third. And that's an 8. That's going to be in play. 27. That is going to be a line drive into center field. So Foster's 3 for 3. How nice. Here's Darryl Strawberry with a 3. That's defense. Defense 36. We'll see what that becomes. It's going to be a range first base. Range first base is Hendrick. I don't know that he has great range. Hendrick range is a B, so they gave him really good range, which is weird. So he's got B range. That's 1 to 33. We got a 36, so that's a ball he gets to. It's going to be an out. What kind of an out? It's popped up. And over is the first baseman. George Hendrick makes the catch. All right, forced to Junior Ortiz. That's a 2. That's tough. A tough 25. That's a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 5. And up comes Giles. He bats. Giles bats from the right side. That's a 7. Tough pitch. Tough 22. And that's a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks. No runs. No hits. No runs. 1 hit. Top of the 7th. Top of the 7th is going to be the top of the order for the Cardinals. Cardinals are down by a couple of runs, 3-1 here in the top of the 7th inning. We didn't go to the 7th inning stretch yet. Payoff pitch. Fun, easy game to play. Doing my Seaver experiment, then I'm going to compare it to Appa, and I'm going to compare it to Stratomatic. I guess my hypothesis is that all games give you realistic play. You know, so when you're just holding on to one game, saying this game is the only game that gives you realistic play, I'm going to counter that with my thesis that all games give you pretty close to, you know, realistic play. Never going to be exact, but it's going to be pretty close. All right, so here we are in the top of the 7th inning. It's Tom Seaver facing Tommy Herr. The two Tommies, that's a 3, that's a patient. Patient 06, that's ball 4. So that is Seaver's 4th walk. Now there's some movement in the bullpen. I'm going to try a hit and run with Overfell. There he goes. That's a 12 in play 47. And that is a base hit. That's going to send Overfell to third. Runs on first and third. And this will be it for Tom Terrific. He's going to get pulled. We got a lefty coming up, and we're going to bring in Jesse Orozco. And where are they? Where are our boys? Here they are. Jesse Orozco's coming in. Jesse Orozco was a heck of a relief pitcher in '83. Had a 13-7 record. I think he led the team in wins, 62 games, 110 innings pitched, 17 saves. Had a 1.47 ERA. So the infield is going to be playing back for the Mets. They're looking for the double play. It's going to be Andy Van Slyke, lefty versus lefty. That's a 2. That's tough. And a tough 40 is a strikeout. Oh, no, he's a lefty. A tough 40 is a strikeout because he's a lefty as well. And here's George Hendrick. Here's a pitch. That's a 9. Tough 0-3. And that's a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Jesse Orozco with that slider. Deadly slider. And here's Darryl Porter. Pitch to Darryl Porter. That's a 5. That's in play. In play 16. That will be in play 16. That will be a sharp liner that drops in front of left fielder Foster. And with 2 outs, that's going to score. Well, Tommy, it was first and third, so Tommy Herr scores. And Overfell, I believe, is a 1, so he's going to stop. Yep. He's a 5, so that means he has to stop with 1 base. But that's an RBI. 2 out, big 2 RBI put in the wrong spot. Darryl Porter drives in number 1, and the other runner's to second base. So first and second, and up comes Willie McGee. Here's the pitch from Orozco. That's a 4. That's patient. Patient 24. And that is another hit. That's an opposite field liner. So he's batting from the right side. So that, to the right fielder. Cut off by the right fielder, Strawberry. And let's see what that does with the runners on base. The runner on second will score. And the other runners will make it to third. So even Jesse Orozco's getting beat up a little bit here. And the game is tied. Just like that. So Seaver gets another no decision. Both runs were allowed, but all 3 runs were allowed by Seaver. Seaver went, let's close him out. 6 innings. Gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hits, 4 walks. Struck out 6, which is pretty good. About 1 an inning. And he gave up 3 runs, 3 earned runs. Batter's face, 27 plus 6 is 33. All right. So runners on first and third, 2 outs. And it's going to be David Green. Here's a pitch from Orozco. 12. That's defense. Defense 41. We're going to see what that's going to become. It's an error on the pitcher. Orozco is a fielding 5. Fielding 5, which is a 1-28. We pulled a 41, so it's going to be a comebacker that Jesse Orozco fields cleanly, throws them out, and that retires the side. 2 runs on 3 hits, and it's all tied at 3 apiece. We go to the bottom of the 7th. In the bottom of the 7th is going to be Oquendo Seaver. Well, Oquendo Orozco, and the top of the order. Here's a pitch. That's a 7. That's a tough 30. That's a swing and a miss. Oquendo goes down on strikes. And now we're looking at Orozco, who's a 15 batter card. We're going to grab that 15. So let him bat. I do that quite often. 8. That's in play 54. And that's going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. That's George Hendrick, and he fields it cleanly, steps on the bag ahead of Jesse Orozco. All right, with 2 outs, it's Bob Bailey in the bottom of the 7th. That's a 4. That's a tough 74, and that is a fly to center field. No runs, no hits. Top of the 8th. Jesse Orozco is facing Ozzie Smith. Here's a pitch. That's a 9. A tough 76. And that's a fly to center. All right. Jesse Orozco's a lefty. And here's Bob Forsch. We're letting him bat. That's an 8. A tough 35. And that's going to be a strikeout. 2 out. And here's Tommy Hurt with a 7. 7 is tough. 78 is a tough. And that is a fly to center field to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 8th. It's all tied at 3. It's going to be Danny Heat, Keith Hernandez, and George Foster. Here's a pitch. That's a 6. And that is going to be Patient. Patient 33 against a righty is a base on balls. So Heat walks. He's on at first. Here's Keith Hernandez. That's a 9. That's a tough 56. And a tough 56 is going to be lined and caught by the second baseman. And it's an 8 in play 65. It's a fly ball to right field. On the run is the right fielder David Green, who runs it down. And here's Darryl Strawberry. That's a 3. That's defense 50. And it's a range third base. Range third base is a C. C range. And what do we pull? We pulled a 50. And it's going to be a ball that Obergefell dives for. Gets up. Throw to first in time. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits. The walk. We leave a man on base. And that was the bottom of the 8th. The top of the 9th. Last licks. No. Actually, it's a tie game. Excuse me. So Jesse Orozco's still in there. Want him to go one more inning. He's probably due up in the next inning. So he's going to be facing Ken Obergefell, Andy Van Slyke, and George Hendrick. Here's a pitch. That's an 8. That's tough 36. And that's going to be some sort of an out. Let's see. Pop up third base, left side of the infield. Third baseman calling everybody off in foul ground, makes the catch. Here's Roscoe to Van Slyke. That's a 4. Patient 38. And that is a base on balls. And here's George Hendrick. Here's a pitch to Hendrick. That's a 5 in play 61. And that's grounded to third. Will this be a double play? A 5 most certainly will. This will be a 3-6-3 double play. No runs, no hits, 1 walk. All right, we're in the bottom of the 9th. Bob Forsch is still in there. Here's a pitch to not Darryl Strawberry. He batted. Junior Ortiz, that's a 9. 9 is a tough 23, and that's a strikeout. Brian Giles with a 5. That's ballpark 43. He's a righty. So that is wheelhouse, and that is going to be a grounder up the middle and through for base hit. So Brian Giles is a 4C, had 17 stolen bases, 4C. Here's a pitch to Okenda. That's a 6, a patient 42. And that is a single runner. It's a blooper, and then it gives me a question mark to take the extra base. Question mark to take the extra base. The ball goes to right field. The right fielder's arm rating is Green. David Green. Let's see what he looks like out there in right field. He's a right fielder, arm 6. Okay, so we're going to try it with Brian Giles, who I believe is also a 6. We're going to try to advance the third on a single. Actually, he's a 7. So he's got an advantage there. All right, here goes. That's a 4. He is safe at third base. So it's first and third now. Enfield's going to have to come in, and we're going to get a pinch hitter. It's going to be Rusty Staub. Love Rusty. Coming into pinch hit. Runners on first and third. The Cardinals are going to bring the infield in. Here's a pitch. It's a 2. That's a tough 25. And that, my friends, Rusty swings and hits a soft blooper into short right field. That's going to drop in there. And that is going to score the winning run. Ball game over. Rusty Staub comes in. So it's going to be 1 run on 3 hits. And the game is over. That was a pretty good little game there. And let me go over some of the information. And they kept Bob Forsch in there until the end. I mean, he's a guy that had a 10-12 record with 187 innings pitched, 6 complete games. Pitched well in this game. Pitched very well. So Mets had 3 hits there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hits for the Mets. Mets had 4 runs. 4-3, they win it. And how many errors did the Mets have? I think the Mets had quite a few of these so-called errors. But no, I'm wrong. I guess there was so much talk about errors before that yep, no errors in this game. Okay. And then the hits on the top side are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hits. And we walked a ton. 1 there. 2, 3, something about covering something up. All right. So the final line score between the St. Louis Cardinals and the New York Mets. This is the next to last game of the month of June, and then I'll do the stats. St. Louis with 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors. The Mets 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They walk it off in dramatic fashion in the bottom of the 9th inning with a game-winning RBI single by pinch hitter Rusty Staub to finish up the ball game. Thanks for watching, guys. This is CP Cards and Dice. I will see you soon.